Coach?
Good morning, Sully. Thank you for having me.
No problem, man. I was checking some college stuff out, and I said, hey, man, Stockton's off to a heck of a start here. 8-1. You guys won 6 in a row. What's going on over there in Galloway?
Yeah, we're having a great start, and it's funny to say start when half the season is already over.
That's true, yeah.
The guys are working extremely hard, and it's showing on the field with the results that we're getting, and just looking forward to improving every day.
What's been the key so far this year? How'd you guys finish up last year?
Last year we actually had our best season in program history. We set the school mark with 15 wins, and we graduated a lot of guys. We've graduated 21 guys in the last 2 classes.
Wow.
So that was, something for us we knew would be kind of tough to overcome this year. We feel we have the talent, but we only have 3 seniors this year, so it's a big difference. I don't think we started as well as we wanted to this year, and we did pick up some wins, but we want to always play our best, and we've really started to click as of late, and I think you're seeing that with like I said, with the results that we've been getting.
How much does that help the recruiting when you guys go out after a couple of nice seasons in a row? Now you, like you said, got 15 wins last year. You're off to an 8-1 start this year. I mean, when you go out and start recruiting, I guess you're kind of doing some recruiting throughout the year, right? I mean, you got to get these guys signed up.
Yeah. The recruiting is 365 days. There's always stuff that you got to be doing, but there's no question. What our guys have been doing over the last few years have clearly opened the doors for us, and something I always try to remind our guys that have graduated already, and they see the success that the program is having, and I always remind them that they're a big part of that, and they got us here. Quite frankly, with recruiting, we're getting kids now that we weren't going to get 5 or 6 years ago. So to your point, that's exactly right. You start putting wins together and having good seasons, appearing in championship games. Recruits take notice, and a lot of kids now. When I talk to them, and if we talk to somebody that's maybe not local, and we say, "How did you find out?" and they say, "Oh, well, we researched really good lacrosse programs and a really good academic school, and boom, Stockton came up." So
awesome.
It's certainly helped us a lot.
Talk with Kevin Zulauf. He's the head coach of the men's lacrosse team over at Stockton. Coach, I know lacrosse has really become ultra popular here in the last maybe 5 to 10 years or so, and a lot of buzz around the Cape Atlantic League. I know seeing some of these guys around at basketball games, some of the lacrosse players I know from mainland and Ocean City, they've been talking about their matchup for about 4 or 5 weeks now, and it's still about 5 weeks away. So how cool is that to see these guys in the Cape Atlantic League really getting excited about the season?
Yeah, I think that's awesome, and it speaks to how great the sport is and how people are really taking to it, and especially when you talk to people that maybe haven't seen it before. And I think the biggest thing that I've seen in this area is if we host a clinic or we're going to see youth stuff, and I see parents and like, man, I wish we had this when I was growing up. I would have definitely played. So the parents are really into it, and the kids, I think, are definitely feeding off of that and enjoying it. And that's, at the end of the day, that's going to be great for South Jersey. The fact that the sport is being taken so seriously, and these kids really do enjoy it, all the time. So I think that's we got a lot of great high school lacrosse to come in South Jersey.
And really all of New Jersey, when you look at it, when you think about lacrosse, it's always been kind of New York, Maryland type of thing. But now you got Rutgers, #1 in the nation. So there's really a lot of buzz around lacrosse in the state of New Jersey. I'm sure that's got to filter down to you at some point when you have these great programs up in North Jersey for colleges and even the high schools. And maybe a kid who can't get into Rutgers or whatever for whatever reason. Hey, let me think about Stockton. They have a great program too. So I'm sure that's really helping you. The better the teams are in the colleges in New Jersey, I'm sure helps everybody, right?
Yeah, it really does. I think, like you said, it just kind of shines a spotlight even more. Now you have Monmouth, which is an established program now in Division I in New Jersey and doing a great job. Coach Fisher is an excellent coach. You obviously have Princeton, which has been the most storied program, and like you said, Rutgers now being #1. I think it's just tremendous for the sport. It's tremendous for our state. And it does have a trickle effect where, we're trying to get kids that maybe looking at some of those schools and saying like, hey, we got a lot to offer here at Stockton as well. So, at this level, to win at the highest level of Division III, you need Division I talent. So
right.
for that, having more programs in the state, it doesn't hurt. It certainly helps, and it helps grow the game.
As a college coach, Kevin, what's your selling point on Stockton? How do you get kids to buy into what you're trying to sell?
Well, the biggest thing is just being totally honest with them from day one. I think that's one of the things that helps with this. I was listening earlier about the culture of these kids, and they're all out for themselves. Like you said, you defend it, and I agree with you.
Nice. I got somebody in my corner here.
Exactly. Listen, we have a responsibility as coaches, as teachers, and stuff. Where if you're honest with these kids, they'll do it. And that's the biggest thing. And what I try to talk to them about is, picking a school that's going to be best for them. I don't put pressure on kids when it comes to recruiting. We bring them to the campus and we say, listen, we have you here for a reason. We want you here, but we want you here if this is the best place for you. And we really stress the academic culture here, which is phenomenal. And that's really probably the biggest selling point that we have, is that we have such great academics here. Also a beautiful campus, and third, with our lacrosse program on the rise, it's something that has the entire package. And I always tell kids, you want what you need academically, athletically, and personally, and you want to go 3 out of 3 when you pick a school. And at the end of the day, we hope that kids feel that we have all 3 for them, and this is where they want to be.
We're talking with Kevin Zulauf, men's lacrosse coach over at Stockton. Kevin, real quick before we let you go here, I know we have a lot of high school athletes and parents listening in every week. What are some of the things you guys look for as college coaches? I'm sure you talk with the other coaches there on staff at Stockton. When you're out on the recruiting trail, what do these parents and high school students need to know about what it takes to be recruited? What kind of things they should be really focusing on?
Yeah, I would say obviously number one is the academic aspect. A lot more doors will open for you if you do your best in the classroom. You don't want to limit yourself, so I think that's number one. And what we look for the most, and what I always ask coaches, first question is, what kind of teammate, what kind of kid, what kind of character does he have? Nowadays there's so much talent that we don't need to waste our time on a kid that may feel that he's bigger than the program or bigger than a team, or maybe not a team player. What we want is kids to come here and be great teammates, because at the end of the day, a lot of these high school kids, they're going to be one of the best players on the field almost all the time. Then you come to college and, all your teammates were the same thing. So
right.
now who rises to the top there? So, we just want guys to understand if they're on the team, they have a role, whether they're on the field, on the sideline, and just, we want kids that love the game, because if they love the game, it's going to be so much easier for us to work with and to be successful, and for them to be successful here as well. So those are the things that we kind of look for more than anything. And then obviously, talent and skill certainly comes into play, but it's not the first thing we focus on.
Great stuff, Coach. You're up against the break. Got to let you go here, but I appreciate you taking a few minutes. I know you got a long bus ride today to the away game, so good luck. Yep. I'll catch up with you soon, man.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you having me.
All right, have a good weekend, bud.
Yep, you too.
That was Coach Kevin Zulauf from Stockton Men's Lacrosse.